Okay, we shall start now. So everyone, is it visible? Screen visible now? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just quickly. It was a long gap. Actually, last week I was not there. I was not in a town. So we'll quickly run through what we have done in the last week, and we shall start. So I started with one of the numerical example of drawing shear force diagram and bending moment diagram using slope deflection method. So this was a two span beam, and span AB was having a load of 10 kilonewton, and span BC was having a load of uniform distributed load of 1 kilonewton per meter. Now we started with the first step, that is finding Ki, that is kinematic indeterminacy. And I told you what is kinematic indeterminacy. It is number of degrees of freedom. Fixed support has 0 degrees of freedom. C support also has 0 degrees of freedom. At B we have a slope, so 1 degree of freedom is there. So 0 plus 1 plus 0. So kinematic indeterminacy, I'm getting 1. It means there is one unknown. That unknown is theta B. So that I need to find. So we started with that, and then we, in step 2, I have drawn the blow up form of the structure with all the clockwise movements first for the span AB and span BC, and the other adjacent movements I took it as the opposite of that to maintain the equilibrium. So this we did in the second step, and step 3 we found out the fixed end moments, and I told you how to find out fixed end moments. We have a standard formula to find the fixed end moments. So span AB is having a point load at the center. So on left hand side you will get PL by 8, and on right hand side you will get PL by 8. So anti-clockwise movements I'm considering it as negative, and the clockwise movement I'm considering it as positive. So this is the standard formula, and standard table is there that you have to refer. Then in span BC, it is minus WL square by 12, and on the right hand side it is plus WL square by 12. So I'm getting minus 33.3 and plus 33.3. Again, I'm telling you, I'm assuming the sign convention as anti-clockwise negative and clockwise positive. And then we wrote the slope deflection equations for each span two times. For each span, you have to write the slope deflection equation two times, one for moment AB and one for moment BA. And in span BC also two times, one for moment MBC and one for moment MCB. So totally we wrote four slope deflection equations, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Then we wrote a simplified slope deflection equation by assuming, by not by assuming theta A as 0, because A is a fixed support. So theta A is 0, and there is no settlement given in the whole numerical example. So delta AB is also 0. So we wrote the simplified moment equation for MAB, MBA, MBC, and MCB, right? So this was the one what we did till in the last class. So in next step, that is step Y 5, we have to write something called as equilibrium equations. Okay, we have to write something called as equilibrium equation. So what I have done here is I have taken this portion. Just let me mark that. I have taken from the blow form of the structure, this portion I have taken. Just a minute. Okay. So I'm taking this portion, only this portion I'm taking out, and I have drawn here. Can you see here? I have drawn here. Okay. So now this is actually MBA and MBA. These two moments are MBA and these two moments are MBC. Only that portion I have taken and I have written here. Now, since this is a roller support, and we know that for the equilibrium condition for the roller support, the moment at B should be equal to 0. You know that at the roller support, the moment should be equal to 0. So for that, from that point of view, can I write like this? MBA plus MBC equal to 0. Students, can I write like this? I know that since it is a roller support, so the net moment should be equal to 0, right? So MBA plus MBC should be equal to 0. Is that okay? Can I write like
Yes,
this?
sir.
Okay, because I know the since B is a roller support, net moment should be at roller support should be 0. But the moment what I have written is MBA and MBC equal to 0. Now you may ask me how you have written plus plus. Okay, so it is very simple. I will try to explain you how I wrote that. I have to consider now only this moment and this moment. So what kind of nature is there for these two moments? Is it anti-clockwise or clockwise? This moment, that is this moment and this moment, are they clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Yeah, they are anti-clockwise, right? So I should write minus MBA, okay, then minus MBC equal to 0, right? So this I will simplify it as I will take minus common. So if I take minus common, MBA plus MBC equal to 0. So if I take minus on the right hand side, I will get this equation. Is that okay? Clear?
So why did you
Students?
take only joint B?
Yeah, that's actually correct. Good question. See, why did I took only joint B? Why not joint A and joint C? You can see here at joint A is the moment 0.
Yes, sir.
Joint A, whether the moment is 0?
No, sir.
No. Why it is not 0? Because it is a fixed support. At joint C, whether the moment is 0?
No, sir.
No. So at joint A, that is moment AB, MAB and moment MCB are not 0, right? We don't know the value of that. But at joint B, we know one equilibrium equation. We can arrive at one equilibrium equation. That is, I can say MBA plus MBC equal to 0. So I took joint B. Is that clear?
So if other joint is also there in this beam,
If
then
if other joint is roller support, then that also should be taken. That will be a second equilibrium equation. Those kind of examples I will take after this example.
yes, sir.
Okay, so now at joint B, you know that the net moment is 0. So you can easily write equilibrium equation as MBA plus MBC equal to 0. So I took only joint B and written this first equilibrium equation, that is MBA plus MBC equal to 0. How I have arrived at this? I have told you. Yep. Okay. So you have to properly take care of the sign conventions. Not only always, they will not be always positive. Okay. So, okay. Once it is done, uh, now, do you know the value of MBA and MBC? Now, what can you do next step? Anybody can tell me what can be done next? What can be done
No
next?
MBA and MBC.
Yes, you have already written the slope deflection equation for MBA, that is equation 2, and also you written the slope deflection for MBC, that is equation 3. So equation 2 plus equation 3 equal to 0, that you have to write. Did you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Equation 2, that is equation 2 is the slope deflection equation, plus equation 3, that is also slope deflection equation, equal to 0. You have to do. Okay, let us write equation 2. So what is that equation 2? 2ei by 10. Let me write equation 2. So MBA is I will write directly now. Okay, 2 into 2, 4ei. Okay, 4ei over 10 times theta b. Did you got how I wrote this? I multiplied that 2. Okay, plus 12.5. See, this is equation 2 plus equation 3, that is the MBC, which is also 4ei by 20. 4ei by 20 times theta b minus 33.3. This is equation 3 equated to 0. So how many unknowns are there in this whole equation? How many unknowns are there in this equation? EI is constant. That is not an actually unknown. It is a known. It
1
is a constant. Oh, what is that one? What is that one
theta b.
unknown? Yeah, that unknown is theta b, which you can solve very easily. And I will just try to, I have solved it here. I will write you the value. You can cross check the things later. So it comes out to be 34.72 by EI. 34.72 by EI. Are you clear? Students, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I did, I will just explain you once again. I wrote a equilibrium equation at joint B, that is MBA plus MBC equal to 0. Why I am writing MBA plus MBC equal to 0? I know that the net moment at B should be equal to 0 because it's a roller support. But for MBA and MBC, I have already written the slope deflection equations here. That is equation 2 and equation 3. So those things I'm taking here, equation 2 plus equation 3. So when I write that equation 2 plus equation 3, I can see that the only unknown is theta B. EI is not unknown. It is a known. It is a constant. They have already given to you. Okay. So the only unknown is theta B. So once I solve this, I will get the value of theta B as 34.72 divided by EI. Is that clear? Any doubts? Any doubts here? Students?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more thing what you can note down here. Since we have only one kinematic indeterminacy, that is unknown rotation at theta B, so you are supposed to write only one equilibrium equation. Okay, the number of kinematic indeterminacy will give you how many equilibrium equations you have to write. In our example, we had only one kinematic indeterminacy, right? It means only one unknown is there. That is at theta B. Theta B is the only unknown which we don't know. Theta A is 0 and theta C is also 0, but theta B value we don't know. So there is only one unknown. So you have to write only one equilibrium equation. So if you're in further example, if Ki comes to 3, something like that, it means 2 or 3 unknowns are there. It means you have to write 2 or 3 equilibrium equations. So we'll see all those examples in the next one. But is this thing clear to you?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So once it is done, theta B you know. Okay. Can anybody just guess what can be done next? What you have to do next? Main, see,
Substitute theta b
yeah, substitute theta B where? Where you have to substitute
and
theta B?
bc in the above equation.
Which equation? Above equation, correct. But which equations? See, our ultimate aim is to find moment MAB, MBA, MBC and MCB. I have given one clue. Can anybody tell me? In which equations you have to substitute the value of theta B?
MCB, MBC.
Huh. See, it is very simple. You substitute the value of theta B in all the 4 equations, right? Equation 1, 2, 3 and 4. You substitute the value of theta B because MAB also contains theta B, MBA also contains theta B, MBC also contains theta B and MCB also contains theta B. Though there is only one unknown in all these 4 equations. And we want the values of MAB, MBA, MBC and MCB. So simple thing, you substitute the value of theta B right from equation 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's it. Is that clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I have written here. So MAB, I have written a equation here from 1 and I have left the theta B part here. So let me just substitute the value of theta B here. What I have done, simple. MAB equation I have written, instead of theta B I have kept it a blank because now I need to substitute that value of theta B. So just let me substitute the value of theta B here. So it is 34.72 divided by EI. So once you solve this, can you see here, this EI and this EI will go. Okay, so you will get the value of MAB as minus 5.55 minus 5.55 kilonewton meter. Did you got? Did you got this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then MAB I have already found MAB. Simply in MBA also I've substituted 34.72 by EI. This EI and this EI will go. I will solve this and I will get the value of MBA as plus 26.38 plus 26.38 kilonewton meter, and MBC equation also I'll substitute theta B as 34.72 by EI. Once again this EI and this EI will go, so I'll get MBC as minus 26.38 kilonewton meter. Okay, and MCB equation also I'll substitute theta B as 34.72 by EI. This EI and this EI will go, so I'll get MCB as plus 36.80. So students, all of you please cross check all these answers. Don't believe on all these answers. You have to do on yourself also. Okay, now once I have got all the things, now can you see one particular thing happening here? I'll just explain you what is that. Okay, now can you see here what equilibrium equation we wrote? We wrote that the net moment at B should be equal to 0 because we know that. So MBA plus MBC should be equal to 0 we wrote. And finally we got the values of MBA and MBC. Values of MBA and MBC we got the values. Now if you compare them, can you see here MBA is plus 26.38 and MBC is minus 26.38. It means, can you see that from these two things MBA plus MBC is getting 0. Can you see that? Yes or no? After
Yes,
getting the
sir.
values,
Yes, sir.
MBA plus MBC equal to 0 I'm getting. So you should get like this only. If you are getting say MBA plus 26.38 and say MBC you're getting say minus 10. If you add them, you're not getting 0. It means somewhere you have made a mistake. Okay, so you have to cross check like this. So in your equilibrium equation, you have written that MBA plus MBC equal to 0. From the values also, you should get MBA plus MBC should be equal to 0. Is that okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, once you have found out all these moments, 85 or 9, I can say 90% of the problem is actually solved. Okay, but what they have actually asked at the end, they have asked you to draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagrams. Okay, that is a very important part. Students, are you clear up to this point? Finding the moments. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, if you are clear up to this point, now let me proceed further and try to find the try to draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagrams, right? Okay, let me just do that. Before that, let me just select this one and keep on this side for time being. Okay, right. Okay, now this is our span AB. Okay, can you see this span AB? That is the next step. This is my span AB and we have point load 10 kilonewton at the center. This is already given. Okay. Now you already know the values of MAB and MBA. Let me just mark them. So MAB I'm getting minus 5.55. So should I write anti-clockwise or clockwise here?
Anti-clockwise.
Yeah, anti-clockwise. Okay. Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Okay. So this is how much I got the value 5.55. So this is 5.55. Now don't write here minus, okay, because you already wrote the direction. So don't once again write minus here. Okay, now what is the value of MBA I'm getting? Plus 26.38 means this MBA. So should I write clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So this is 26.38. Okay, I know the moments on this. Okay, now I have to also find the shear forces here. What I will do initially, I will assume some shear force. At VA, I will assume that the shear force is upwards. I'm assuming, I don't know whether it will be upwards or downwards, I don't know. let me assume first. And at VB, I will assume it as downwards. Okay. So let me, this is VA and VB, I will write it as VBL. It means it is a left because here also it is there VB. So let me write VBL and VA. I'm assuming some directions. I don't know whether those directions are correct or not. Let me just find whether those directions are correct or not in the later stage. But first I will assume that VA is upwards and VBL is downwards. Okay, so this is span AB. Now in this span, you know the moments and you don't know the shear forces and you know the load and you know the span. Now I will apply our basic equilibrium equations to find the values of VA and VBL. Okay, basic equilibrium equations, what are those? Summation of Fx equal to 0, summation of Fy equal to 0 and summation of M equal to 0. Just a minute. Okay, right. Now I will apply the basic equilibrium equations, that is summation of M equal to 0, summation of Fx equal to 0, summation of Fy equal to 0 and all those things. Okay, so right, first what I will do, I will take moment at A equal to 0. Let me just start doing that. Summation of M A equal to 0 and the same sign conventions I will follow, all clockwise movements as positive. Okay, so since you are taking moment at A equal to 0, let me come from this side, that is from the point B. So VBL at A will cause clockwise or anti-clockwise? Can anybody tell me? VBL at A will cause clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Okay, correct. It will cause clockwise. So it is VBL into what distance?
10.
10. Yes. Okay. Then this moment is also you have to take. This moment also you have to take. That is 26.38. Will you take plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus.
Plus. Why? Because it is a clockwise moment. It is a moment. Okay. Now don't multiply 26.38 into 10. Please don't do that. It is already a moment. Okay. What about 10? Whether it will cause clockwise or anti-clockwise at A?
Clockwise.
Yes. So plus 10 into
5.
5. And what about VA? VA at A will cause what?
Minus 5.5.
Yeah, that I will write. What about VA? VA you should
0.
take or not?
No.
VA you should not take. That is 0. So what about 5.5 plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus, because it is an
Minus.
anti-clockwise movement, equal to 0. No any other force is there. So the only unknown is VBL. So that VBL you can easily find out. So VBL is coming out to be minus 7.03 kilonewtons. Is that okay?
Yes.
What does this minus sign indicating you? What it is telling you, people?
Our assumption is wrong.
Yes, your assumption of VBL downwards is wrong. Instead, it is upwards. So let me just rewrite that here. 7.03 kilonewtons. And it is upwards. Is that okay? Clear? Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
once, yeah, VBL I have found out. What about VA? VA also I have to find out. So what equilibrium equation can I use to find VA? What equilibrium equation I should write here to find VA?
Fy is equal to 0.
Yes, summation of Fy equal to 0. And my sign convention is all the upward forces are positive. So let me come from this point only. So VA is upwards. I will write it as VA. What about 10 plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus.
Minus 10. And now what about VBL? What you will take? Plus 7.03 or minus 7.03?
Plus 7.03.
Yes, plus 7.03, because you know VBL is actually upwards. So you should take plus 7.03 equal to 0. and the only unknown is VA, which you can find very easily as it is coming out to be plus 2.97 kilonewtons. Plus sign is indicating that your assumption of VA is upwards is correct. So it is upwards only. Is that okay, friends?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay. So I have done for span AB. Now similarly I have to do for span BC also. Now what about MBC? What about MBC? MBC is anti-clockwise, right? So I should write it as in a anti-clockwise direction. So it is also 26.38 and MCB is clockwise. So I should write it clockwise 36.8. Now I will once again assume VB and VC. Okay, let me assume VC as downwards. We'll see what will happen. And VB, I will assume it as upwards. Now I will write here as VB right. Okay, this was left and this is right. Okay, right. Now once again I have to apply the same. Let me start by applying moment at B equal to 0. Now I'm in span BC. Okay, so moment at B equal to 0, taking clockwise movements as positive. Okay, so I'm taking moment at B equal to 0. So I should come from this side. So VC at B will actually cause an anti-clockwise movement, right? Or clockwise movement. VC at B will cause clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
This VC at B will actually cause clockwise. So VC into what?
20.
VC into 20.
20. VC into 20. 36.8 is a clockwise. So I'll write plus 36.8. And what about UDL? So that will also cause a clockwise movement. So it should be 1 multiplied by 20 is the load multiplied by 10 is the perpendicular distance. Okay. Then what about this 26.38? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? This 26.38.
Anti-clockwise.
Yes, anti-clockwise. So I should write minus 26.38 and I should not take VBR. Okay, equate it to 0. So you will get the value of VC as minus 10.52. Minus 10.52 kilonewtons. It means VC you had assumed downwards, but it is not so. Instead, it is upwards. So VC equal to 10.52 kilonewtons. It is not downwards, it is upwards. So now I have to find VBR. So put summation of Fy equal to 0 as the equilibrium equation, taking all the forces upwards as positive. So VBR is upwards, so I will write VBR positive minus what should I write?
26.
What about UDL? Minus 1, correct na?
No, sir.
Then minus
1
minus
into
1. Yes, minus 1 into 20 because you have to take total load. Minus 1 into 20. What about VC you take? You should take plus only. 10.52 equal to 0. Okay, so you can find now the value of PBR as, so it is coming out to be 9.48 kilonewtons. So you're getting actually positive answer only. It means your assumption of VBR upwards is correct. Is that okay, students? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So once it is done, what you have to do, you have to draw one more diagram like this, and you have to write now the correct answers and the correct directions. So I will not draw that diagram again. Let me do like this. I will correct it here itself. So VBL is not actually that should be correct, but only thing is I have to write the correct direction. This is correct, and this is also I have to write correct direction. Only that I have to do. So VBL is also upwards, and this is also upwards. That is VC. Okay, you can write the value or you cannot, you can neglect the value. That's left to you. Now you have to write the correct answers. Okay, now once it is done, next step is you have to draw the shear force diagram, right? So for that purpose, what I will do, I will take this beam diagram with me so that it should be easy. Or else let me just write this diagram again. So this is 10 kilonewtons, correct? And this is support A. So let me just draw the beam line. Okay. Okay. So this is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is the load point where the load acts. Okay. Now you know the value of VA. VA is how much? 2.97. Can you see here? This is VA is 2.97 and it is upwards. So it means that you have to draw the shear force diagram in the upward direction. So let me choose, okay, this color. So VA is upwards 2.97. So you have to go up by 2.97. You have to go up by 2.97. Okay. So I can assume something like this. For ease of understanding, I can assume that this is the zero line, and if you are positive you have to go upwards, and if you are negative you have to go downwards. So for positive you have to go upwards, and for negative you have to go downwards. Like this I can assume and I can start. Okay, so that is done. So VA is upwards 2.97. So from this point up to this point, how will be the variation of shear force diagram? How will be the shear force diagram? Will it be inclined line, will it be straight line, or will it be parabolic, something like that?
Inclined.
Inclined. From this point up to this point, how will be the shear force diagram?
It's straight.
It should be a straight line. Why it should be a straight line? Because there is no load between A to B. So there is no variation of shear force from point A up to left of this point, just left of this point. Now once I cross this 10 kilonewton, what will happen to the shear force? What will be the value of shear force? See, this
It
is
will
also
go down.
2.97 means 2.97. If I cross 10, what will happen to shear force value? What will be the value of that? No? So the value of that will be plus 2.97 plus 10 or minus 10? Plus 10 or minus 10? Huh?
Minus
Yes.
10.
Why minus 10? Because you have to remember this sign convention. All the upward forces on this side are positive and on this side are negative. Okay, so it will be plus 2.97 minus 10. How much it will be? 7.03. So you're getting plus 7.03 or minus 7.03? Plus 2.97 minus 10. Are you getting plus 7.03 or minus 7.03?
Minus 7.03.
Yeah, you are getting minus 7.03. It means you are getting minus sign means you have to come down. Okay, you have to come down. Okay, now from here up to this point, what will happen? How will be the variation of shear force diagram? Inclined, straight line, or parabola? From this point up to this point, How will be the variation of shear force diagram? Straight line, inclined or parabola? Students,
Inclined.
why it will be inclined? You see here once again from this point up to this point there is no load, right? So it should be a straight line. Correct? Okay, it should be a straight line, right? Now, so what is VB left you are getting? See, are you getting same answer? 7.03. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so yeah, see here, you should be very careful. So this is minus 7.03 and this is also minus 7.03 and your VB left is plus 7.03, right, which is upwards. So minus 7.03 plus 7.03, you will end up with 0 here. Are you clear? Okay, next in the span BC, what will happen? Now you come to span BC. In span BC, you just check VBR. What is VBR? It is 9.48. So it is upwards. So you should go up by 9.48. 9.48. Okay, and there is no load in between. We have a uniformly distributed load. So you can directly calculate what is the shear force at point C. So how will you calculate shear force at point C now? Here it is plus 9.48. How will you calculate shear force at C now? How will you calculate that? It is simple. Plus 9.48 minus 1 into 20. Did you got my point? Are you clear? Plus 9.48 minus 1 into 20 is your shear force at C. What I have done here is from this positive shear force, I have deducted this total load, which is 1 into 20. So which is coming out to be 10.52. So but you are getting minus 10.52. It means you have to come down here. So you have to draw a straight line from this point up to this point. Okay, so you are getting this as 10.52. But what VC value you are getting? Can you see here 10.52, which is upwards? So this minus 10.52 and that plus 10.52, you will end up in 0. Did you got this shear force diagram? I know in the first instant itself, you may not be able to understand the drawing of shear force diagram, but don't worry. Once we go into the numerical examples, I will try to explain you how to draw the shear force diagram in a much better way. Is this thing clear at present? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is positive shear force. This is negative shear force. This is once again positive shear force, and this is once again negative shear force. Is that okay? So this diagram, we call it as shear force diagram. This is the shear force diagram. Now similarly, I have to draw something called as bending moment diagram. First, let me just rub this part. And this shear force will be always in kilonewtons. Okay, it will be in kilonewtons. Now let me draw the bending moment diagram in a similar way. So C comes up to here. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Here also I will just write this is A, this is B, and this is C. Okay, now please pay very attention while drawing the bending moment diagram. This is very much important. Okay. Okay, now what is the value of MAB? We have got MAB is how much? Minus 5.55. I hope students you are writing down all these things.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Are you
Yes,
are you
sir.
writing down all these things? Okay, okay. Now tell me then value. What is the value of MAB?
Minus 5.55.
Okay, minus 5.55. Okay, so and you know that A is a fixed support, you should get some moment here. So what I will do here is I will write one diagram here. What I will do, I will name this as A and I will say this as B for the same span, and initially I will assume that B is fixed. Okay, and MAB is minus 5.55. It means it is anti-clockwise movement, so it should be like this. Okay, so once you put minus 5.55 at this point, how the beam will bend? It will bend like this? Do you agree? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, is it sagging or hogging? It is
Sagging.
actually hogging. No, it is hogging. It is not sagging. It is hogging. Okay, once the beam bends like this, where is the compression phase? At the top or at the bottom? This is bottom part and this is the top part. If the beam bends like this, where is the compression phase? At the bottom part or at the top part? Imagine where is the compression phase?
Bottom.
Yes,
Bottom.
yes, it is at the bottom part. Now what we usually do is we try to draw the bending moment diagrams always on the compression phase. Okay, always on the compression phase. Now, so it means that this is minus 5.55. So the compression is at the bottom part. So you have to put this minus 5.55 at the bottom. Are you clear? I will explain you further next what will happen. Okay. Right, now you know what is the moment at A, which is minus 5.55 and which is downwards. So whenever you come downwards, you always assume that it is negative. Okay, right. Now you know that at this point, when you see the shear force diagram, can you see here? This is the point where the shear force becomes 0. So what will happen at that point for the bending moment? When the
Bending
shear
moment
force
is
is
It will
0,
be high.
it will be
maximum.
maximum. Okay, it will be maximum. So you need to find the bending moment at this point also. But from our equations, we have only found the bending moment at the supports. That is MAB, I know MBA, I know MBC, and I know MCB. But I don't know what is the bending moment at this point. So you have to find out what is the bending moment at the middle point. So it is very simple. It is you have to utilize the area of shear force diagram. So what I will do, the bending moment at this point is nothing but area of this shear force diagram. Okay, plus this minus 5.55. So what I will do, bending moment at this point is, I will write down minus 5.55 will be there plus area of this shear force diagram. So what that area will be? It will be simply 2.97 into 5. Are you clear? Are you clear?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Okay, so why I actually added plus 2.97 into 5? Why I added this area? Why I didn't deducted the area?
Positive.
What positive? Which positive?
Shear force is positive.
Yes,
Area.
since shear force is positive, you have to add the area. If the shear force is negative, you have to deduct the area. That's it, simple. Okay, so once I do that, so I'm getting the value as, can anybody tell me what will be the value? Hope you're having the calculators and tell me what will be this value. Minus 5.55 plus 2.97 into 5. Anybody doing the calculation?
9.3
Yes, it is 9.3. You're getting plus or minus?
plus.
Plus. It means you have to go above now. Okay, so this is 9.3. Now, how will be the variation from this point to this point? How will be the variation? From this point to this point, how will be the variation? Straight line, inclined, parabola, or what?
Inclined.
Inclined line. Okay, inclined straight line it will be always. Since it is a point load, it will be inclined straight line. Okay, right. So now you have drawn this part. Now I have to draw what is the bending moment MBA. Okay, for that what I will do, I will assume A as fixed now. Okay, Let me make A fixed. What is the value of MBA? What is the value of MBA?
26.
Plus
Yeah,
26.38.
plus means it is clockwise, right? So I have to write it as clockwise. So if you put a moment like this, how the beam will bend? So beam will bend like this. So where is the compression face now? Top or bottom or top?
Top. The bottom.
Where is the compression phase? Bottom or top?
Bottom.
Yes, it is bottom. It means once again you have to write that 26.38 at the bottom. And once again you have to join this line from to this line. Clear? Okay, right. Now here also in this shear force diagram, if you can see, here also the shear force is becoming 0. It means what you are expecting there, bending moment, maximum bending moment, right? So now I have finished the bending moment diagram of span AB. Now similarly I have to draw the bending moment diagram of span BC. So here also I can see that the shear force is 0. It means you should expect maximum bending moment there, right? So you have to find out this area. It means, can you see here, this area you have to find out. But to find this area, one is unknown to you. What is that unknown?
Base.
Yes, this distance you don't know. This distance you don't know. Let me call that as x. Can anybody tell me how can you find that distance?
Similar triangles.
Yes, you can easily use the law of similar triangles. Okay, so this is one right angle triangle and this is one right angle triangle. Let me use that. So 9.48 divided by x. 9.48 divided by x is equal to 10.52 divided by what?
20 minus x.
Yes, 20 minus x. So once you solve this, you will get the value of x. So in my case, I am getting the value of x as 9.48 meters. 9.48 meters. Okay, so once you know that value, you can easily find what is the bending moment at this point. So the bending moment at that point, let me just write here. So this 26.38 you have to take now, minus 26.38. So should I add or deduct the area, shear force area?
Add.
Yes, add, because that is a positive shear force. Plus, you can see here, this area you have to take now. You have to take this area now. Okay, so half of base is 9.48 and height is how much? Height is also, sorry, the base is how much I told? Yeah, base is 9.48 and the height is also 9.48. Okay, so once you solve this, I think you're how much you're getting? Can anybody tell me?
18.55
Yeah, plus or minus you're getting?
plus
Plus 18.55.
5.
Okay, so that value will be somewhere here. 18.55. So how will you join from 26.38 to 18.55 then? Now, in this case, will you join from a straight line or what?
Parabola.
Huh?
Parabola.
Parabola. Why parabola it will be now?
Uniformly distributed.
Because we have a uniformly distributed load. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is 26.38 comes here. Now you know the value of MCB. MCB is how much? What is the value of MCB?
36.80.
Okay, so once again, what I will do, I will fix point B and this is C. MCB is clockwise, I assume, correct, right? Clockwise. So I'll put a clockwise. So if I put a clockwise movement, the beam will bend like this. So where is the compression, bottom or top?
Bottom.
Bottom. So it means you have to put your that 36 point, how much it was?
36.8.
Yeah, you have to put your 36.8 at the bottom, right? Because the compression is at the bottom. So 36.8. Once again, from here to here also you have to join using a parabola. Okay, so this is negative bending moment, positive bending moment, negative bending moment, positive bending moment, and this is a negative bending moment. So this is your bending moment diagram. You may feel little difficulty while drawing at the first time, but don't worry about that. So once I go with the numerical examples further, you will come to know how to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram in a much better way. Is this thing clear to all the students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how you this is where you have to stop your problem. That is, they had asked you to asked you to calculate the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram, and you have done that. Is it clear? Okay. Any doubts? Students, any doubts you have?
No, sir.
Okay, so we shall stop now. So next class I will take one more numerical example in a similar way, a little different type of numerical example, and you will come to know how to write the equilibrium equations and how to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.